What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we'll be doing a $50 hunt. Now, these are Brinks rolls from one of our local Fifth Third. The box did have 31 written on the outside, and I'm hoping that's because there's 31 silvers located somewhere in this box, but I'm not hopeful. We do always open our boxes at the bank because I have been shorted entire rolls before. Yes, from Brinks, from Loomis, bank wrapped. They do short rolls. It does happen, so I like to check at the bank before I leave. That said, we did look at this box. We do have some new coins. We have lots of circulated coins, and I'm excited to get into them. We'll be looking for silver. We'll be looking for mint errors and varieties like those DDOs and those no FGs. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into this box and see what we can find. We're going to go ahead and jump into these first 5 rolls together just to see what these rolls are looking like. Is it mainly new coins? Is it mainly circulated coins? And maybe we'll find some silver early in the box. And we've got the tough paper. These Brinks boxes have been going back and forth a little bit with being easy to open and difficult to open. And these look like they're going to be the difficult ones. So we've got some super shiny and a little bit of orange here. 1979 and some 2023 Phillies. Now, I will be checking those 2023 Phillies for the double die obverse, which you can see in the letter, or in the I in the word in, and very much like in the U and the S and the T in the word trust. So if we happen to find one of those, I'll bring you in and show you what that looks like. So 2021 Denver, some more 2023s, and then a lot of circulated coins. Got a 2021 Ender there. Doesn't look like any silver. Now, I do go back through these rolls looking at each and every coin, as I said in the intro, for things like the 1974D DDO, the 82 and the 83P no FG. The 72, I think, has a Philly no FG, so I do go back looking for those. I do have a cheat sheet in the description down below. It's a link down there where you can get the list of coins that I look for. But with that, we're going to go ahead and go off camera. I'm going to go back through these, and I'll bring you in as we find anything. And hopefully we do find some stuff. This could end up being a skunk box. We could find a whole host of coins. So I'll bring you in as soon as I can. So I'm getting through rolls, 16 through 20, bringing you in here on roll number 19. I've already got it under the scope. We've got ourselves a 1971 Denver, and I'll show you that in just a second. But the main thing I'm bringing you in here for is that we do have one of the double die obverses. I will check on PCGS and throw it up on the screen exactly. Is it like an FS 101 or 102, or is it just one of the DDOs recognized on Variety Vista? But you can see here, we've got some doubling of the serifs in the eye here and here. And we've got some very light doubling of the bottom of the eye, of the serif here in the bottom of the eye. Unfortunately, it's not a very strong one because a lot of times you can also find doubling in the N here for In God We Trust. The super strong ones, it might even extend into the word God. And one of the other double die obverses where you see real strong doubling here in the word trust, of which we don't have any. So this is going to be one of the weaker double dies, mainly here in the word I, or the letter I. Well, that's going to wrap us up for box number 1. I did get 2 NIFCs that I didn't bring you in for. We had a 2007 Philly and a 2017 Philly. I'll put the mintages on the screen for those. I'm not going to go through this again because I just did a little bit of a deep dive on this, but the 1971D DDO there in the eye of the word in. It's always fun when we find these DDOs, and this will be something that I just flip up and hang on to. And with that, we're going to get these back to the bank. I'm probably going to toss these back, by the way. We'll fill up this roll and get it back to the bank. And we'll get into box number 2 as soon as I pick it up. All right, well, here we go into box number 2. The one thing I will point out for you that I see a lot of shiny enders. I think I got a couple of NIFCs, like I see a 2018 Denver right there. But I'm also seeing something new, some 2024 Denvers. I think I've seen a lot of the 24 Phillies, but not a whole lot of the Denvers. So I got a lot of those enders rather than the 2023s, which we've been getting a lot of lately. So With that, let's go ahead and get maybe 3 rolls open here on camera just to see what this box is looking like. Let's check the paper. Do we have good paper or we have bad paper as usual? So we got to do the cracked end method. And quick look, we got some shiny in here. 2024 Denver. So I think we're going to see a lot of those throughout this hunt. There's a 23 Philly, 2001 Denver. Nothing else jumping out at me in that roll, but as usual, we'll go back through that looking for those varieties and errors. I forgot we got to crack the end. Not seeing any silver or 2024 Denvers. All right, let's do one more on camera, and then as usual, I'll go off camera and bring it in as we find things of interest. 74, 24 Denver. All right, nothing too exciting in there, so I'll keep on hunting and bring you in when it gets interesting. Well, we are done with the first half of the box, and it hasn't been too exciting. I didn't want to bring you in roll by roll, but we've come across a whole bunch of NIFCs in that first half. Everything here on the bottom is Denver, so we got a 2003, 2009, 2010, 2015, 16, 17, couple of 2018s, and a 2019, and we did get one lonely 2010 Philly. So we'll be hanging on these until the end of this box, and I am completing a set of NIFCs right now. The nice ones we'll keep, the rest we'll pitch back. But perhaps we'll find a few more here in the bottom half, or maybe we'll get lucky and find some silver. But right now, it's been a lot of 2023 Phillies and a lot of 2024 Denvers. Well, that's going to do it for box number 2. And the bottom half didn't have any new surprises per se. We did come across a lot more NIFCs, though. A lot of these were a little bit earlier, all the way to a little bit later. So we got a 2002, a couple of 2003s, a 5. I think we did find 2 or 3 2006s there. I think a lot of these we already had. The 2011, I think, was new. We had some of these previously. I want to say like that 2019 or maybe both of these 2020s were in the bottom half of the box. But basically, we got a whole bunch of NIFCs. 2, 5, 7, 10, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Almost a full roll of NIFCs and not a whole lot of duplicates. So, like I said, filling out an album, maybe some of these will help complete that set. And when I do get it done, I'll be putting it out there in my store. So if you're interested in a full run of NIFCs, let me know. But with this, I should have a couple more boxes waiting for me at the bank. I'm going to see if I can pick those up and add those to the end of the video right here. So we got boxes 3 and 4 in front of us, and they look nearly identical. Lots of 2023 enders, quite a bit of circulated stuff, some reverse, really nice looking coins, which I'm going to guess are just more 2023s. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into box number 3, then box number 4, and if I find stuff along the way, I'll be sure to bring you in. Well, we're getting through the last 10 rolls. Along the way, we have come across a couple of NIFCs I'll do in the wrap-up, but all the way up here on roll, I guess it's 47, we've come across our first official find, as far as I'm concerned, of the box. We've got ourselves a little bit of a busted 1993 San Francisco proof. You can still see that mirror finish. You can see a little bit of the frost, but this is a well-circulated proof coin. We even got a little... I don't know what that's going to be, a little tarnish there on the edge, but this is something somebody popped out of a proof set and decided to spend it. But I always hang on to all my proofs, so we're happy to have it. Well, that does it for box number 3, and for a real quick recap, we did come across a number of NIFCs in that hunt, a 2002 Philly, a couple of 2005s, a couple of 2008s, and one was really, really nice. This 2008 Philly came out really nice. We got 3 2016 Denvers, and of course, the one coin we'll definitely be keeping here, the 1993 San Francisco proof, which we went over earlier. I'll probably pull 1 or 2 of these coins to see if they're upgrades for my book or potentially coins I want to use in a new set of books that I'm creating. And the rest will go back to the bank. And from here, we're going to go ahead and get into box number 4. Well, that's going to do it for that box. And again, we just found a handful of NIFCs. This time a 2002, a 2005, a 2009, a couple of 2011s, and a pretty nice 2020 Philadelphia. So with that, I think all we can do now is just go back to the bank and hopefully add a couple more boxes to this hunt. All right, guys, well, this is going to be the end of our video, and this looks a little different than we normally get set up, but what you see in front of you is 100 rolls of Brinks wrapped half dollars, except for these 5 customer wrapped, and that's because the Brinks guy dropped the boxes delivering them to the bank, and this was the shape of those boxes when I picked these halves up. So the tellers were nice enough to rewrap the rolls that completely got destroyed. I did as I was going through these. We have a couple that they're kind of cracked down the side, but these are the rolls as I picked them up from the bank. We're going to get through them and hopefully find some goodies, because the last 4 boxes have not been so great, and this video has been now 3 weeks or so in the making. So I want to get through these and get this video out for you guys, even if it's just a proof and a bunch of NIFCs. Well, sadly, we've made it through the first 50 rolls, and all we came across was a couple of NIFCs, a 2002, a 2017, and a 2018 Denver. Actually, a pretty nice looking 2018 Denver to boot. But we've got 50 rolls to go, and if these are anything like the last 50, it's mainly a lot of 2023 Phillies, a handful of 2024 Denvers, and then just a good mix of typical standard circulated stuff. Unfortunately, no silver, no proofs here in boxes 5 and 6. Well, that is going to do it for those last 2 boxes, and this is the combined finds of those boxes and the 2 things that were most important to me out of this entire hunt. But out of those last 2 boxes, we did come away with a 2002, a bunch of 2003s, 2006, 2008, a 9, a couple of 10s, a 12, 2015, 2016, a couple of 2017s, a couple of 2018s, and a 2020. And that was just from those last 2 boxes. If you had just skipped to the end, I did wrap-ups of all the boxes 1, 2, 3, and 4 earlier in the video, and I'm not going to put all of that out except for these 2 coins, which were really, in my mind, the real finds of this hunt. The 1971D FS102 double die obverse, here in the I in the word in. There it is right there. You can see the double serifs both at the top and the bottom, right there and right there. I covered it a bit more earlier in the video. And of course, we did come away with the 1993 S San Francisco proof. So that's going to do it for this hunt. Again, apologies. It's literally taken me like 3 or 3.5 weeks to get this out due to my daughter's volleyball schedule and some vacation, and just taking some time to get these coins and actually get through and get a video made. So apologies for that. It's going to be a real small video series here for the month of April. Hopefully we can pick it back up in May. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, let me know. Drop on down and leave me a comment down below, and click that like button while you're down there. If you're new to the channel and you like coin roll hunts, make sure you do click on that subscribe button and click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. Special shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel each and every month. I really appreciate it. And with that, I am actually off to Las Vegas this coming week. And if you happen to live in the Las Vegas area, I'll be down there the 1st through the 5th, just gambling with some buddies for a couple of days. And then I'll be back home and hopefully grinding away at some coins and getting back to work. So with that, you guys take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.